So welcome to week 9 here at Mpai 5600. Just covering again last week. Well, first let me apologize. I know on Monday again. I just didn't have always access to my computer this weekend, but I just want to cover last week and this week. So we talked about criminal intelligence last week, and really we talked about new techniques for criminal intelligence, but more importantly, the causes for the decline in crime. As I mentioned, a lot of people think it's CompStat that led to the decline in crime. Better policing, broken windows, some of those other theories. So I asked, was that the decisive factor? And again, CompStat is an accountability method that arguably led to decline in crime. But just like anything else, when you give bonuses to people for test scores or teachers to test scores, you can find people juice the numbers to get the bonus. In this case, they had less arrests, so there was less visibility of crime. They changed boundaries, so crime was become less visible. So the question is, was CompStat the decisive factor? And we can look at multiple factors for the decline in crime. And what I want you to think about is, okay, we've had a decline in crime for 30 years. We had an uptick during the COVID, and now crime is beginning to come back down. And the question is, why? Why did we see that decline? Why do we see that uptick? And why are we seeing that continuing decline? And there's other factors, better policing. Some have said more incarceration, while others have looked at economic factors. Others have looked at kind of a crime doesn't pay argument. This is a Steven Pinker argument that says that, being a drug dealer, is not a great job for life expectancy. It's not great job, period, and there's more productive hours or productive manner that you can live your life. The abortion argument comes up. There's other arguments that come up with this. But I want you to ask the question, what led to the decline? Why have we seen this decline? And what are the factors that have led to the recent decline in crime? So next week we'll shift to cyber intelligence, and there's two aspects of it. There's the Russian election attack. I think most of you remember this in 2016. I want you to ask, as you're going through the documentary Putin's Revenge, where was the intelligence failure? Why did we not pick up this type of interference in 2016 that arguably, I don't want to say it led to one person getting elected or not, but kind of was a black eye on our institutions. And then I want you to apply that to current issues. Again, election interference is still occurring. How do we stop it? How do we stop the Russian and Chinese and Iranian influence operations? So just think about that as you're watching the video. I will say that this week is video heavy, not necessarily reading heavy. Most people, I think, might like that better. So please watch the videos. The Putin's Revenge is long, but please watch that and read the Atlantic article so you have an idea of what's the current thinking. And then the second point is ransomware. It hasn't gone away just because it's left the news, but the question is, how do we deal with ransomware? How do we deal with how endemic it is to our society, to our way of life? They're targeting schools. Schools have been closed because of ransomwares. Hospitals have been impacted. So go ahead, read the articles. Watch the John Oliver video. It's a little raunchy in parts, but I think everyone could find some humor in it going forward. So with that being said, I should have your papers graded. Most of you have it graded. I will talk more about it next week. What I also just say is when you acknowledge this, let me know if you're interested in doing another live session. We had one a couple weeks ago with the Capitol Hill. I want to do one to talk office hours as well as to maybe talk careers, careers in the government, careers going forward. So with that being said, if there's any issues, let me know, and I look forward to this week's discussion.